Hello, everyone. I hope you are each feeling and doing fantastic out there, wherever you may be in the world. I wanted to share a quick video with you. It's a clip of what my wife and I did last Sunday. It's called Sacred Sundays. The goal is basically every Sunday we show up and we discuss the sacred and what that means to us, what that means to you. It's an interactive space, questions and answers. So far, it's been powerful and beautiful, the places that we've gone. If you're interested, you can go to my live feed here on the page and check out the past episodes we've done. We've done 5 so far, and we're going to keep it going. For the unforeseeable future, we're going to show up on Sundays, and we want you to join us. It's 10 a.m. our time, which is 9 a.m. Pacific, 12 p.m. Eastern, and it's live. So please, if you have time, if you have the interest, if you want to share what's on your soul, if you want to share what the sacred means to you, join us. Sacred Sundays. Thank you so much and enjoy. My intention, my personal intention behind the Sacred Sundays is all about a space for reconnection, redirection, as well as a personal reset in my, as I observe the world and just also places within myself. It just becomes apparent that I think it's a beautiful thing when we can come together and connect in different ways, because we're getting more and more distracted as the world gets busier and more shiny things and distractions come our way. And so I am hoping that this is a space for us to do that, a space for us to connect together. So again, thank you. Welcome. Thanks for being here. And I'm excited to see where our conversation goes. Katie, hello
Sure.
again. How are
Hello,
you
good
feeling? How
morning.
are you feeling this morning?
I feel good. I feel like I feel better than I did yesterday. I woke up so tired yesterday
Hmm.
and was kind of pushing through the day. And today I feel well rested and did my morning workout and feel had some. I really appreciate that sunshine time. You
Mm,
know, Kurt and I sit, even if it's just for 5 minutes. We sit in the sun and just sit with the animals and the stillness. And we never bring our phones to do the morning ranch chores. We just go and spend time with the animals and the plants, and that feels good, even
right.
if it's just 5 or 10 minutes, and that is a reset. So, we've
It
had kind of
truly is.
a slower morning. I think for a lot of us, where we get up to alarm clock and we're rushing, and that creates the tempo for the whole day.
Hmm.
Um, and it's nice to have a slower start, but still feel engaged and productive, you know?
Absolutely. I
Yeah.
agree. Yeah.
Sometimes we, for all of us who tune in, like, sometimes we need it.
Hmm.
We need support. We need to know we're not alone. We need a real conversation to be a part of, that gives
Yeah.
us permission. I think anytime, we're in the presence of something authentic, that's courageously authentic, and emotive and honest, it gives each of us permission to be more honest and emotive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which we need. We need in this world more honesty, more authenticity.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I'm interested. I'm curious where we're gonna go today, because I know what you and I have been talking a lot about lately. And just last week you were saying, "Let's talk about connection."
Hmm.
And I think every conversation is some form of connection, you know? Every time we get together, we unite our voices and our eyes and our feelings and our presence. There is connection experienced. Um, but lately, you know, I've just been really feeling, mm, well, the need for connection is something I started to understand in my own recovery from addiction, but I've been really sitting with that recently, which witnessing some people going through serious addiction recovery or a debilitating illness.
Hmm.
Um, and, just recognizing, wow, can we do it alone? I don't know. I think we really do need one another, you know?
I agree.
It's
Well, not,
so
yeah. Not only that, it's, we read this statistic recently that I think loneliness is now one of the number one killers
yeah,
on the planet. Like people being isolated and feeling alone outside of community community, which means outside of a connection, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And so,
Yeah.
yeah, I think connection is so important. Not only a human to human connection, but also connection to the plants, connection to the animals, connection to our planet, connection to a sense of purpose, a sense of meaning and being. There's so many levels and octaves of what connection means, and it's so easy to get lost. So,
Yeah. Like, as you were saying that, I was thinking of, if you think of it like the creative life force, like of the sun, of the divine, of the universe, this pulsating creative life force energy, which, one way to look at that is consciousness. If you have something that's not alive and then you bring spirit and life force into that, it wakes up. It's conscious.
right,
And so I think of this consciousness being this almost like this light fluid that circulates through all living beings, all life, and it's life force energy. And when we feel disconnected, which often happens through unresolved trauma, through trauma, something happens, we get ostracized, we don't feel like we belong in our families, what's happening culturally, we just feel separate.
right,
And we get broken up with by a lover, whatever it is, we get disconnected. And then that disconnection separates us from somehow. I think I might have mentioned it last week. I don't know if it was here in a meetup group, one of my subscription meetup groups, but you cut off circulation, you know, and the circulation gets cut off, and it, and for a lot of us, we are energetically the circulation of our relationship to that mycelial life force pulsating energy is disconnected, and we feel alone.
hmm,
And maybe that's a way to look at that statistic of loneliness, meaning that we can't survive without connection. We
right,
get cut off and we lose our relationship to the creative life force, to the life force, the pulsating life, and we start to die, you know?
totally,
And it can show up in different facets, different ways, different expressions, but we need to be engaged. And it doesn't necessarily mean with strictly with humans, but like you said, with plants, with animals, with life force energy, we have to be connected to the pulsating life force energy of the universe,
right.
you know?
So how do we do that? So this is a good entry point for
Yeah,
others. Let's talk about connection,
yeah,
connecting it to the other part of our theme today, gratitude. Gratitude is a way to connect, I would say.
yeah,
And you and I play a game sometimes, Katie. We're just like, what are you grateful for? Like,
yeah,
because it's so easy for us to just get off. We get up, we get moving. We're like, okay, I got to do this, I got to do this, and then we just skip that part,
yeah,
right? And
yeah,
then when really, gratitude and gratefulness brings us to center, brings us to the now, and gives us an opportunity to open our hearts and express what it is we truly are grateful for. I attempt to do it every morning with like, I'm grateful for the air, clean air to breathe, a roof over our heads.
mhm,
Um, even the things we take for granted, being able to speak, being able to communicate, being able to be here and connect with one another. I'm so grateful for that because you never know what could happen and
yeah,
suddenly you're not able to do that.
yeah,
And so it's like coming to a place of finding that gratitude. And I'll admit I don't do it enough. It's like, and so I'm trying to like make a practice of it, and it's something I wanted to talk about today.
yeah. I see we have some comments we should check out here. One
Yeah.
thing to add on to what you were saying to tie that together is that, and this could be a longer conversation, this could be an entire book, but just the frequency of what is gratitude.
Hmm.
And to me, gratitude, if you were look at the polarity of the universe, these two polar forces, you could say darkness and light, you could say love, and you could say fear and love. You could look at these as these polar forces, um, the pulling us up or squashing us down. I feel filled with light, I feel heavy and dark. And to me, gratitude is falls into the category of love. And
Right.
love is the opening. Again, if you were to look at these polar differences, the opening or the closing of the heart. Love opens us, it expands us. Fear closes us and shuts us down. Well, looking at that channel that keeps us tethered to all life. If our hearts close, that's where that suffocation and that disconnection happens, where we
Right.
lose our relationship to the all. And so it really is this courageous act of opening up. And one way to open that channel of the heart to reconnect with the life force energy is through gratitude. It's a way
Mhm.
to, um, compassion and gratitude are great tools to keep in our pockets as far as getting ourselves out of that closed, judgmental, despairing, dark place, and to start, in a way, letting a little bit of the light in, that light of consciousness, because
Totally.
consciousness is everywhere. So, what am I grateful for? It kind of it's just a great gateway to go bloop. Okay, what's something else I'm grateful for? Bloop. What's something else I'm grateful for? Bloop. And
Right.
then you can retether yourself, reconnect with that pulsating life force and breathe into it, rather than keeping yourself shut off, you know?
Yeah, totally.
So that's a little tidbit. Let's check out some
Let's
folks
do
here.
this. Hi, everybody. Thank you
Hi,
for coming.
Victoria, gratitude, Brenda. I'm ready for Sacred Connection Day. I need this. Exactly, Brenda. We need it.
Mhm.
It's comforting to know that others are there. If we feel that no one's there, we feel I think it's natural, Kurt. What do you think? Like when you feel alone and you feel disconnected from a primal tribal pack mentality, if you feel disconnected,
Mhm.
feel alone, if you look at just going back and just our DNA, like that's not sustainable to be alone. We need to be held within the pack. We need to be connected.
Oh, yeah. I mean, we see it within our animals. We see it within, you see it in nature. It's the connection is in a sense, we're able to reflect our love off of one another. If we don't have connection, if we feel isolated and alone, it's so hard to like really see ourselves.
Yeah.
Of course, we can see it in nature. Of course, we can see it through prayer and connecting with God and whatever that means for everyone. But yet, when we're around like minded individuals, it's just really helpful. It really helps us to be seen, I would say.
Yeah,
So,
absolutely.